7 members. Get that one. You pay yours $30 in the second month. 7 members in the upline have an earning. That's amazing. And on your first payment, your sponsor gets a great $25 fast start bonus. That's why they're out there sponsoring many. And this is the way the matrix works. Your sponsor could only have 3 members on their first level, 9 on their second level, etc., on down to the 7th level. As your sponsor or their sponsor sponsor many to get those $25 fast start, the extra members must fall on lower levels. Some of these can fall under you. Now, you get $3 per month for each on the first level. That doesn't seem like a lot of money. That's a big pay in this industry. And it's an outstanding second level. $7 per month per person on the second level, very quickly. Even if you never got the $25 checks, just that residuals from $7 per person on that second level is going to get you up to that $30 real quick. You're going to $60-some. So it's amazing how quickly you can stay in there. You just have to have the patience if you're not sponsoring to get to receive one of those. Now you get a person who builds under you. That's the magic of this. One person building under you, their 3x7 is, if you just imagine it overlaps a piece of yours. You could be talking 300, 400, 500 a month just from that build under. Isn't that amazing? Now, here's a fascinating thing. Einstein called this the 8th wonder of the world, right? If you were to sponsor or get 3 by spillover, but if you had 3 in a month, and they each got 3 in a month, and they each got 3 in a month, in 7 months, you have filled the 3x7, and it pays $9,700 a month. There's your house. That's over $100,000. I mean, that's amazing what we can do with a team builder like this. We're just so terribly excited about it. Totally legal with our product and everything that we're doing. Now, one thing that's important for us to do to keep the whole thing really above board, we cannot guarantee any particular income level. Those are all hypothetical examples. Now, if you do happen to sponsor someone, they give you comments on, you're going to see the power of nosponsoringneeded.com. Nice little 2-minute, 46-second video. People are going to ask questions. Give them your website, sign them up. There you go. And if you don't quit, I think magical things are going to happen with you. Now, at this point, what I like to do is to introduce a man that I've come to know in the last few weeks. I actually knew him a little bit when he first started the company 3 years ago, and the evolution and where we're going. Adam, are you there? Adam Walker.
Yes. Hello, Bob. How are you tonight?
I'm doing very, very good. It looks like you've really been working with all the signups coming in.
Yeah. We're getting lots of, we're getting signups every day, and we're definitely growing. And thank you so much for organizing this call. And things are going really well. I think we've really hit our sweet spot, our nirvana with Well Step by Step. We've constantly made changes and improvements to try to bring people the best MLM that we can possibly be, and so that's what we've done, is just made improvements ever since we started 3.5 years ago. Just try to keep it the best possible MLM for the distributors. I think that's the key. What's that saying? If you give people what they want, you can get anything you want if you give people what they want. I totally botched that. But, the idea behind... The idea behind Well Step by Step, just so people know, was always, in my mind, to create the greatest pay plan ever. That was always the idea behind Well Step by Step. When I got interested in network marketing way back in 1988, and as many of you might remember, back in the 1990s, they had a lot of force matrices, a lot of 3x10s, and you could always figure out your income, if you will, your residual income. If you had 100 or 1,000 people in your downline, you could essentially figure it out in your head or on paper. But then a strange thing happened around the year 2000. All of a sudden, the pay plans got really complicated with 7 ways to get paid, and I was turned off by that. I was really turned off by that, because then I had to have complete faith in the administration and ownership of the company that my paycheck was going to be correct. Whereas before, like in the 1990s, I could essentially, figure it out if I had, because they would tell you right there on each level how much you were going to make. And so the goal of Wealth Step by Step has always been extremely transparent and extremely honest with the distributors, extremely open. And that's why you can log into your back office right now at any given time and go to the genealogy, and you can see how much you're going to make at any day of the month. Any day of the month, you can see how much you're going to make at that point in the month. And then it will accumulate throughout the month as you're growing your business, and you can keep an eye on it. And if there's ever a problem, which there has been a few problems, mostly mathematical errors on my part, and then of course I would always correct them and send people whatever the difference was. Sometimes I send people too much money on occasion, and I never ask for it back. I just give it to them. But anyways, So
people like to know how they're paid. I've never seen anything as nice as this.
Oh yeah, well, we pay once a month. And you get paid by 4 different choices that you make. You can get paid by Zelle, which is for America only, but it's bank to bank. It's kind of like ACH, but only better, because all you have to do is put in your cell phone and just have to activate the Zelle account in your back office of your bank, which most banks have Zelle. Like probably, I'm not sure, but probably 70, 80%, maybe 90% have Zelle. And it's free to use. There's no fee, and I don't charge a fee. And all you have to do is activate it, put in your cell phone, and I send the money to that cell phone money in my Zelle account, and it's there instantly. And then you can also get paid by WISE.com, and that is for the United States and globally. They're not in every country, but they're in all the major countries, and that is a very low-cost way to get paid. I don't charge a fee, again, but they charge a very small fee. Just usually I think it's around 25 cents or something like that. And that takes a day or two, I think, but they're in all the major countries. And then you can also get paid by Bitcoin Cash, and also, which is crypto. And that's my most expensive option, which I don't charge the distributors, but it does cost me, I think it costs me 4 or 5% to send the money through Bitcoin Cash. I may do something about that someday, but I'm not doing it right now. And then the last option is Cash App, which is just for the United States. And that is a very, very professional, very slick option. There is, I think, a very minor fee on that. It's extremely minor, but that is a app. You just set it up, connect it to your bank, and once I deposit the money in your Cash App account, then you can transfer it to your bank. So really, Zelle, in my opinion, Zelle is your best option if you live in America. Zelle is it's just the easiest. It's the easiest to set up. There's no fee. It's just really, really amazing. But Cash App is there if you want to use it, or Weiss.com. Weiss.com is probably the most difficult to set up. You got to put in, you got to send them a ID and all kinds of little things about yourself. You got to get verified, so that's probably the most difficult. Crypto, some people just aren't familiar with how to use a online crypto wallet. So, but if you are, that's a great option. And the great thing about crypto is it's worldwide too. As long as you got a wallet, no matter what country you live in, that's worldwide. And so very simple. It's just they charge me a fee to get my money in there. I think it's 4% on every $100. I think it's a little bit more than that. It's 4 or 5%. But I know for a fact, I just did it the other day. It was $2 on about $35. I had to transfer in about $35 to pay someone, and they charged me a couple bucks, which I just ate it, and then I just sent them the money. So, but we don't have the thing about the wallet is we don't have a lot of people opting for the Bitcoin Cash wallet. So it's not a big deal right now. We don't have a lot of people using it. But that's a little bit, Bob, if I could just go back to, the origins of the vision, if you will, of Well Step by Step, the number one reason that I started Well Step by Step was because I was frustrated with all the pay plans that were out there. I took a look at them, over and over. I mean, I used to devour pay plans. I would go through 50 MLM pay plans in a single sitting. I would look through them all in like a couple hours, just buzz right through them. And I knew all the lingo and how they worked and all their rules. And it's so obvious that so many MLMs are just trying to essentially keep as much money for themselves and pay the distributor very little money, when if it weren't for the distributor, the business, wouldn't be in business. And it's the distributor that's important. It's the distributor that deserves to get paid the most. And you can clearly see in Well Step by Step that that's what we've tried to do here. And, we pay $7 on level 2. So if you can, if you're just committed to the idea of building a little team, 5 or 10 people, it's going to work for you because we're paying you $7 on level 2. And so there's no way you can't get into profit and start earning a part-time residual income. Just keep at it, keep working, keep trying different ways to advertise, and it's going to happen for you. But that was the number one. And the second reason,
if you're patient, right? If you're a patient person, if you're patient, 2, 3, 4 payments down the road, it's bound to get covered.
Right. Yeah, just keep trying. And I had a guy call me today. He said, how would you advertise the business? And we were talking about traffic groups and things like that. And I used to know a guy. I used to be acquainted with a guy that was very successful at recruiting people. And I asked him how he did it. And he said, he said his secret was to post in like 50 to 100 different traffic groups. And a lot of people never think of that. They think, I'm just going to post here and post there in a couple different groups. But if you do like 50 or 100, and like I say, most of these are free and they're just free traffic groups. You're going to get a little activity. And then if you want to do other ways, plus we've already given you the email autoresponder, which if you have any emails, or if you have some emails, or if you need to buy some emails, you can just upload them into your autoresponder. You're paying $30 a month, and part of your product is, half of your product is the email autoresponder. And most autoresponders, may I just point out that most autoresponders require you to, requires the people to opt in. The lead with their email address, they're supposed to opt in. We don't require that. Excuse me. So I have been told by certain people that mine is one of the only, if not just a few, autoresponders where that's not required. And so, so that's a little bit about Well Step by Step. Our goal, our aim is to be honest with the distributors, to treat them right, to not take all the money. My secondary reason, Bob, for starting well step by step was, I used to always see over and over that the owners would abscond with all the money. The owners would just take all the money, leave all the distributors hanging, leave the web, maybe shut down the website or not shut it down. But that was a real concern of mine too. And I was really concerned about, that problem. And that was a secondary concern. So I wanted to start my own MLM with the idea that I would not abscond with all the money, of course, and that I would treat the distributors right, and that we would be here to stay.
Yeah, and I love your genealogy. The way people can see the daily growth of their group, and they can see the genealogy, is just absolutely mind-boggling. It's very, very motivating. And when that thing starts, it's amazing 3-by structure. I haven't even hardly started to mature mine, and it's just amazing how the word spreads when you have a good idea. It's just totally amazing. And if we have Susan, the cook who runs our Facebook page, I'm going to call on her. I don't know. Angela's in the UK. Angela is one of our great, great leaders here, and Angela may or may not have called in. But
okay, well, I just want to say that, going back to the genealogy that you mentioned, I've never had anyone call me up and dispute their paycheck ever, because in the genealogy, you can see your whole downline, and you can see the fast start bonuses. You can also see who's active and who's not active, and it also calculates your check at the bottom. So not only you simultaneously see your genealogy all laid out before you, and then it simultaneously calculates every level and adds them up for you, so you can see how much you're going to get paid at any given point of the month, and you can see who's active and who's not active. So I've never had anyone call me up and dispute their paycheck ever.
Now, one thing that a lot of people who've been around Matrix, you always get this question, and you're doing it quite unique. Explain for a second how the program fills the Matrix and what happens to people who quit.
Oh, okay. Well, that is interesting. That's an interesting observation, Bob. Yeah. So let's say, for example, you had your first 2 levels filled up. So you have 3 on your first level, 9 on your second level, and let's just say hypothetically, for whatever reason, that one of your guys on your first level wants to quit, and you're thinking, okay, well, you got 3 people under you, but maybe, for whatever reason, maybe they're going into the hospital, which I've had a lot of people tell me that, and they just can't do it anymore. So one of your guys on your first level drops out. So now you have 2 people on your first level and 9 people on your second level. So what will happen is your next sign-up will fall into that open spot on your first level. And it will literally and that will happen anywhere in your downline. Your downline will literally be plugged up, will literally plug the holes in your matrix with the highest open spot first. So that way your matrix is constantly being replenished, I guess you could say, being filled up if there's a hole in the, someone drops out. And I have to say also that we have a very high retention rate, which I know I'm not really sure what it is compared to other companies because I don't have, access to their information, but we have a very high retention rate. Dropouts are slow, signups are fast, and we're doing really well right now. Like I say, we finally hit our sweet spot. We've been refining this program. We've been refining the matrix and the program for 3.5 years, and thanks to Lawrence, who has made 2 great suggestions. well, when I was dry on suggestions. I have to admit, after like 3 years, I was pretty much dry on suggestions. And Lawrence came along at the perfect time and improved the company greatly with two suggestions. And so, but it's thanks to all the wonderful people in Well Step by Step that constantly make suggestions, and we implement those. We implement those suggestions. And so,
and as you go across, like the 9 level, if I'm sponsoring a lot, I've got my first level filled. As I sponsor more, and I'm beginning to build across my 9 level, my second level where there's 9 people, they don't go solid left to right. How do you put them going left to right?
Well, I have to double check on that, but I did have a conversation with my programmer not too long ago. Actually, just I think about a month or two ago, and we talked about that very thing. And I'll have to double check with him. But I told him, let's say, for example, that somebody has their first 2 levels filled, so they got 3 on their first level, 9 on the second level. Then what's supposed to happen is each one of those 9 people on the second level is supposed to get a spillover, and then go back and start over again. So each of the 9 would get 1, and then it would start over again and get the second one, and then everybody would get the second one, and then so on. So I need to double check and see what's going on with that. But that's the way it's supposed to work, Bob.
Great. That's great news. Good for the recording, because this is probably going to get a couple thousand hits before next Monday. So this was good coverage, Adam. Before we go too long, why don't we see if Susan McCook is on the line? Hit *6. Our great Facebook list. She has so many hours on that Facebook. There is Susan. Susan, tell us what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong using your great Facebook page.
Well, we just hit 1,300 members in the group, and some of the people that are joined lately, they joined first and liked what they saw there, liked all the excitement, all the help we're giving each other, all the welcoming of new members, how friendly everybody is, and decided to join because of that. And then other people, they joined first, and they come in the group, and they're asking questions, which is great, because when people come in and don't ask questions, I get worried. But and then if I'm not online and somebody else answers their question, and that's one way we help each other, because we can help each other as people. We don't care if it's who's downline the person is in. We all just help each other, answer questions, give ideas, give our contributions, and we're all combining all our skills and talents and know-how, and it's great when people like you come aboard that have a lot of experience and can help. And it's great when somebody like Angela comes on board that knows how to bring in a lot of people, because she wrote the broadcast emails that I share with my team and with everybody. So we have people that can write good emails, that can make videos, they can just help people just by being nice and friendly and encouraging them. So we have all kinds of talents in there that we're combining. So it's been wonderful.
Great. Well, that's great, Susan. Without you, this company probably wouldn't even be here at this point, from what I understand. You've really been working with it for almost 3 years, I guess. So that's great.
Yeah, Adam says that because he's just being all nice and generous. Only because I didn't quit I didn't quit during the slow times and during the changes, because I like Adam. I talk to him on the phone on a regular basis. He's the most honest owner I've ever come across. So as long as he's got the company, I'm not going nowhere.
Well, that's great. That's great, Susan.
So I decided to switch to digital products, and so that we could lower the cost of the products and increase the commissions, which is what we did. So we have a great product. We have an email autoresponder, and we have a customizable lead capture page that you can use for any business. So for any business, you can promote another business or anything. But Bob Peterson actually had an idea that he has shared with me that, we could maybe add some more digital products such as travel or whatever. But as we grow, as we get bigger, we will look, Johnny, to adding a greater offering, but hopefully sticking to a digital world.
There you go. Yeah, the sky's the limit with a number of people we can help, Adam. We're going to be able to help a lot of people. Okay, I think we have gone long enough here. So any last words, Adam, before I close it up?
Nope, just thanks for being on the conference call, and thanks for being a part of Well Step by Step. We've made so many changes over the last 3.5 years. I think we've finally hit the high point of what we're trying to do, and it's just improving all the time. We're making changes all the time to refine what we're doing, and appreciate your videos, Bob, that you're making for free for the whole company. I really appreciate your videos. They seem to be doing great, and appreciate you, Bob, for hosting this conference call tonight.
Good night.
Good night, Bob. Good night.
Susan, you're just amazing, and Bob, we appreciate your videos. And Adam, I think Adam is just one of the nicest guys I've ever known. He is the prince of network marketing. God bless you guys.
Yeah, fully agree. Well, everybody have a nice week. We'll be here next Monday.
Good job, Bob.